Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I thought we wouldn't see any more of the Austrians, and I would just do the rest off camera, but, you know, they still have some ships, apparently. They've been building them continuously, as we have been fighting. I've gotten Montenegro through a naval invasion, as well as Ukraine, but I think you saw that in the previous episode. The land invasions of Bohemia and Moravia have not really gone well. They've been beaten back time and time again, but we've got a pretty strong attack coming in from eastern Germany now. There is a new patch out, so I think army numbers might have been adjusted a bit again. Well, there was something about it in the patch notes. Also, China is gone. I got Ceylon and Andaman Islands through naval invasions. And what's nice with these new invasions is that you can see your chance to succeed. So you can just shove more ships into there and get it up to 100%, which is what I did for these two. And what I'm doing here. It's probably more than I need, but I just sent an available task force. So yeah, China is gone. Xinjiang, Tibet, Nepal, northeast frontier are ungoverned. So I don't know, we might see some major offensives going on there. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union does not like me, so we might see a war going on there. And you know, sooner or later, with America. It seems like my army budget has been increased again, but I'm still making lots of money, so it's pretty good. We are 8 months from getting Radar Rangefinder 3. Which is, it's not a big priority for me to refit the Radar 2 ships with Radar 3, because the difference between Radar 2 and 3, not really that drastic. I mean, what you gain in tower spotting, you kind of you kind of lose in surface visibility, because it goes from plus 10% to plus 20%. You do get some accuracy and stuff like that, but overall it's not a huge difference, I find. The difference between Radar 1 and 2 is a lot more drastic. Well, at least a little bit more. And we're gonna see what we get from big guns. And yeah, we're just gonna fight these battles and then design some ships. We do have some shipbuilding capacity, and it's gonna be increased next month, 2 months from now. So let's fight. This is not gonna be an easy battle, especially not as that's not even my light cruiser, it's Greek. Yeah, Austria-Hungary, they have a new flag. They had their revolution. They lost all of their allies. And one of their allies, Greece, has now become my ally, which is nice. Yeah, these heavy cruisers are kind of scary. Yeah, this is going to be up to the DDs to decide. Because that Greek light cruiser is... well, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's, yeah, it's super old. What kind of torpedoes do you have? 4.4 kilometer, 19 inch. Yeah, minor allies. It seems like they don't scrap ships. They just keep them in service. Even stuff like this. barely has any more armor than the DDs. Should I do the Greeks a favor and just get this ship sunk so they can buy something better? That's mean. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna send it home. It's it could provide some distraction, I guess, from the DDs. And we're being spotted. Of course, this light cruiser does not have any good spotting. Is this actually? No, it's not one of my designs. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, definitely not. I mean, it's been a while since I designed the shared designs for the start of the campaign. It could be maybe be something. I'm pretty sure it's originally Austrian built, because Austria was allied to Greece for a very long time. But I don't think I designed something like that. I would have given it more armor, a little bit more speed, and I wouldn't have two slightly different calibers. So 3910 will have to do the spotting here. She's got decent tower spotting and radar too. That's the DD. Yeah. Guys, fire AP. AP is your preferred ammo against enemy destroyers. No. That ship. Sink it first. That ship! Your torpedoes are on reload. Your torpedoes are destroyed. No flooding yet. It's got minimum bulkheads. There we go. That's the flooding. Now, HE. Burn it. maybe score some torpedo hits. Not gonna score any torpedo hits like this. Ah, extensive fire. It burned. Very nice. And yeah, the Greek light cruiser will sadly live on. Commiserations to the Greek Navy for having to keep it in service. Got another Greek ship of Austrian design, the Pandur class. I've used these a couple times before. They're quite bad. But I got a Z39, which is quite good. And the Scharfschütze D16 is a different class from the Scharfschütze. Alright. A lot of different torpedo tubes. I think the Z39 will have to try and carry this. Pandur. Okay, it's not completely terrible actually. It's just not great. The 3909, on the other hand, is a pretty solid ship. There you go, see the radar pings. I think the Pandur is probably more maneuverable because it's a lot shorter. So I could use it to bait their torpedoes. Okay. D39 is already doing damage. As is the... no, not the Pandur. That was still the D-39. Scoring those hits. There we go. Torpedoes in. Towards the Pandur. They all missed. Very stealthy torpedoes. And Pandur actually scored. A hit. Who scored a torpedo hit on that one? Took one torpedo. Yeah, it was the Pandur. Well done. There are the transports. And there was the enemy DD. Yeah, the 39 class is, as you can see, quite voracious with its firepower. Like, it has very good torpedoes. Well, quite good. But so far, they've been, all the battles I've fielded them in, they've pretty much been just doing things with their guns. Right, that was it. In some cases, they've gotten into very good torpedo launching positions, and then the target has just been destroyed by extensive fire before they got to launch. So, not the fault of the torpedoes, just their guns are just too effective. I am playing on vanilla. If I was using the balance mod, incendiary shells would be a lot less effective. Especially on small 5-inch guns. Okay, we got one more convoy battle. Cormoran. You cannot call your ship that. That's one of my names. And one of the Szeged class. We got the a Victoria Louise, a Frankfurt, and 2 Z-39s. I've used my Victoria Louise class on a one-on-one against one of their Klostenberg class heavy cruisers, and it is not an easy fight. Just hang on a moment. Yep, we are recording. And it's especially not going to be an easy fight in this weather. With the fog. Because I will have a very hard time spotting those torpedoes. Not so much because of the in-game torpedo spotting ranges. I don't think any of those enemy ship classes are carrying the very stealthy electric torpedoes, but simply because I have a very hard time seeing the torpedo trails. So it's more of a graphical issue than a game mechanic issue. I've complained about this before. Most importantly, I just don't think it looks good. But it can look okay if you kind of zoom in like this to get, for example, a thumbnail picture. Like so. Let's try and get my DDs in to do some fire starting. Maybe you actually want to fire AP fitted call. There goes some flooding. You guys actually want to fire HE. And we're gonna maneuver again. Cormoran is heading away. That was a lucky miss because I was not paying attention to that. Yeah, you can just head home. A little bit back and forth here. Extensive fire. Just this guy left, which has no more torpedoes. Well, someone scored a torpedo hit. That might have been... was that my own? One torpedo hit. That could have been one of my own torpedoes. Unlucky, if that's the case. Surrendered. Alright. Where's the convoy? This direction. Yeah, some damage taken to my heavy cruiser, but most of it is flooding damage, which does not remain after the battle. So it won't lead to any extra repairs or anything like that. So let's just sink the convoy, and then we're going to do some ship designing. This will not be because of the reduction in shipyard capacity with patch 1.3.9.6. We are now on patch 1.3.9.7, by the way. It came out today. I will not have time to build those ships this month, or probably not next month, but I want to get the design done now, just so I can put it into an episode for you to see. But first, 3904 is going to demolish some transports. That's a big DD though. It is basically the size of a small light cruiser. Kind of packs the firepower of a small light cruiser. And while these this damage number has been inflated by the transports, I do think the DDs did much of the work here. They killed one cruiser by extensive fire, and then the other one actually surrendered from crew losses. And I think much of that was also from the constant barrage of 5-inch fire. And yeah, Conquest of Sumatra going on, which looks like it's gonna work. How much income do I get from Sumatra? Not a lot, but it's got oil production. And a couple of ports. It's not a bad territory to have. Ship design. I'm not like losing out on any like very relevant piece of technology, am I? Just advanced sonar systems. Not that much of a difference. I mean, it's gonna take 3 months to get that, which oh, no, that's just minus ship flaws. It's not important. So we're gonna do the ship design now. It's not important. It is important, but it's not so important that I want to postpone this and not have it in a video. I'm thinking, do I want to do something on Super Battleship 1? It cannot fit the best hull unless I make it wider. Modern Tower 7. How much wider do I have to make it? Let's just chunk it up first. Then see. Okay, 0.4, I can do that. Advanced tower with funnel. That looks dumb. It doesn't match. Simple as. Simple reason for why I don't use it. Speaking of funnels, Uber funnel 6. What do the what does the Bismarck have for funnel? Like, will you just show me? No? Okay. We're gonna see if I can actually make this go 30 knots. It says both have optimal speed of 32 knots, but I've had a hard time making the Super Battleship 2 actually go that fast. Yeah, this kind of runs into the same issue, not having engine efficiency enough. If I give it the slightly smaller modern tower, and then make it slimmer. Well, it's not possible to fit 2 of these, is it? 81%. So if I do go to the advanced tower with the funnel, which yes, it does look stupid. That's the biggest funnel I can fit on there. There we go. That's no. It just does not look good. Yeah, none of these look good. So we're gonna stick to that one. Is it perfect? No. Kaiser Wilhelm II. No. That's the Wolfgang Mittermeyer class. And it's gonna be armed with, I've got the Mark IV 18-inch. Come on, you gotta fit on here. You do. Thank you. So less firepower in total than the is it the Reinhardt with the 4 triple 18s. It's got 4 doubles instead. But it's a little bit faster. And should be a bit cheaper. Hopefully. And quite a bit lighter. This monster is 130,000 tons. This one should be around 100 when finished. Do I go I might reduce that to anti-torp 3. I actually want to keep Citadel 4. Got a bit of a 4-weight offset. I can fix that later. Gonna go increased AP. I want to go 2 powder 3. I might do. I mean 2 powder 2. Then TNT 3. If I'm going 2 powder 2, I can reduce the barbette weight a bit. See, that's 94,800. That's not a big weight difference. Barbettes? No, not a big weight difference. Auto 2 is what I want. I got that the other month. Reload time 57.9 seconds. And that's with Cadet as the baseline crew. I might actually want to put increased ammo on this. And now is where we start finding out that some things have to be reduced. It's starting out with very, very good armor. I want to keep good armor on the turrets. Of course, because I don't want them exploding all over. You can go down to 9 on the main deck. Actually, I'm going to keep 10 on the main deck. 5 fore and aft. We are no longer overweight. I want this to be 55s though. That puts our reload at 70 seconds. .6 seconds. 66.6 seconds. Not necessarily because I think I need the extra, 10 kilometers of range, but because that does help with the accuracy at all ranges. Now let's see, armor. That packed on some weight again. Anti-torp 3. I mean, anti-torp 4 does add resistance and floatability. But it also makes the ship heavier and increases construction time by 15% instead of 10. So we now have a 35-month build, 37 months. Yeah, we're going to keep to anti-torp 3, I think. It's a very expensive ship already. That fixes the weight offset and saved some weight. Let's add some secondary guns. Can I fit any? I can fit the 6-inch guns here. If I'm gonna fit any guns there, I might as well make them a little bit more potent. Eight-inch guns. And the rest of the secondary battery will be 4.9s or 4.5s. Ship is overweight. We're not done yet. I'm wondering if actually not going increased ammo will might be a good idea. Or maybe also reducing the fore and aft belt. I will think about it. Let's go 10 inches on the 8-inch turrets. Now the 8-inch guns, 38s, range 18 kilometer. I want them to have a bit more range than that. 42, 22 kilometers. Like, to make them actually useful at dealing with light cruisers and such. And DDs. To make them 45, they have to be how long? 18. That's still a 15. Okay, 20 max length. 45s. See there? 26.5 kilometers. I mean, 16.4 second reload. That's pretty nice, actually. The 4-inch guns will be 4.5s. And they will be a little bit longer. I think it's 6% to make them 50s. There we go. If I go down to standard ammo, that fixes the weight issue. 4-weight offset. Not much of a 4-weight offset. No, you know, I'm gonna make those. Do I want to make them 6 or 5.9s? I'm just gonna make them 6s. And let's see, 15 to make them 50s. No, 12 to make them holy, what did I do now? There we go. Accidental misclick. It happens. 19 kilometers. Not as much range as the 8s, but it did save some weight that I can spend on other stuff. And if they explode, I don't think they're gonna do as much damage to my own ship, which is also nice. Nine-second reload, not bad, not bad. What happens if I give myself super heavy shells? At 30,000, got a 1.5% accuracy with AP. Total range is 51 kilometers. With standards, 54.4 kilometer at 30,000, 1.6%. With standards, I pen 36 inches at 30,000 with AP, belt armor, and 83.5 inches of deck armor. With super heavies, pen 39.3 and 91.3 respectively. So that's quite a bit better. Reload time 72.9. 66.6. What about regular heavies? 70.7. I think I'm gonna go with the regular heavies. Yeah, I think so. Let's see, is this one of those where you can fit a lot of 3-inch guns instead of 2-inch guns? Yeah, I can fit some. Now let's see, my 4-inch guns, because I made them 4.5s, I can actually give them armor. Not a lot of armor, but some armor. Pitch at 30.8%. Let's see, if I give myself some thinner fore and aft belt armor. I can stretch my my main belt out a bit. Which also reduces my my pitch. Aft weight 0.1%. Decent. Reasonable. Any spots reserved for 2-inch guns? No. No. Not even 1 barrels. No. There we go. That is the Wolfgang Mittermeyer class Super Battleship 1. A more reasonable super battleship, but a super battleship nonetheless. Tiny bit of weight to spare. Not sure what to spend it on. It's not a problem. It's only 100 tons. Bit less actually, 80 something. Not sure if these will even get a refit before the end of the campaign, but maybe. If so, they're gonna get radar 3, perhaps even Mark 5 18s, if I get those. And yeah, that's 100,000 tons of battleship. Quite nice, I would say. A bit less ridiculous than my previous super battleships. So with the with cadet crew, no, with standard train crew, and after a while even veteran crew, I should bring my reload up, or down rather, to maybe less than a minute. I think so, because with cadet crew you get all of these stats are shown with the penalty for having cadet crews. Once you got trained, you get kind of like the baseline. And of course with seasoned and veteran crew, you get bonuses instead. So yeah. Now let's see what's going on with my shipyard capacity. Can I actually start building some of these? Or is everything clogged up with repairs? Because while the turns I've played off camera with the war against Austria haven't been like super eventful, it's been the constant spam of submarine battles, 5, 6 every turn. Some of them being Chinese until China dissolved. And while that has not resulted in any losses on my side, it's been a constant stream of ships getting damaged and teleported to port for repair. Some of which are taking longer than others to actually finish. Yeah, no, we do not have capacity to build one of those ships now. I even had to suspend repair on a couple of ships. So, yeah, that's 74,000 tons free capacity. Might as well get some of this, some progress on these. Did that blow my capacity? Yeah, it did. It did. Resuspend. But many of these are also finished in a month. 41,000 tons for the Iserlohn being refit. Nope, not enough capacity. But yeah, some of these are going to be finished next month. Some of them are not even being repaired in my ports, but I still think my capacity is what determines how long it's going to take. And yeah, I'm building a bunch of stuff for other nations, including 2 of the escort class battleships, one for Egypt, one for Sweden. Which, in hindsight, accepting those orders might not have been the best idea. But I don't remember exactly when I accepted the Swedish order, but the Egyptian Ramses, that was before the patch that nuked my my shipbuilding capacity, so that can be excused. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here, and I will see you again sometime that is not May of 1942. When that will be, you're gonna have to see tomorrow. I don't know. Goodbye, and take care.